one function, if we see the domain of the one function is the range of the other function. Okay, the domain of the one function, if the domain of the one function is the range of other function, it means we will deal with some composition of the function. So we have here two function, one is g of x, it is differentiable function. It means we can take its derivative, or its derivative exist, its derivative exists, whose range is an interval I. So the range of the interval, the range of a function g of x is I, where the same range is the domain of the function f, and this function f is continuous over the interval I. So this theorem states that if u is equal to g of x is a differentiable function whose range is an interval, whose range is an interval I, and f is continuous on I, f is continuous on I, then if we have the composition of the function, it means f of g of x, and we have to take the indefinite integral of f of g of x. If we have the indefinite integral of f of g of x dot g dash of x dx, so we convert this integral into, we convert this integral into a new variable. We convert this, this, it means f of g of x dot g dash of x into a new variable u. How can we convert this? We suppose here, okay, so let, we suppose we substitute, let u is equal to, u is equal to g of x. Okay, let u is equal to g of x. So if we take its derivative, what will be its derivative? Yes, Abdullah, if we take its derivative, so we take, whenever we take, this will become du over dx, this will be equal to du over dx, this is equal to g dash of x, this is equal to g dash of x. So from here, so from here we can say that du is equal to g dash of x. This is, so here we can say this is equal to g dash of x dx. So we substitute u is equal to g of x. We are substituting, we are supposing that u is equal to g of x. So if g of x is equal to u, so if we put here, so what this will become? This will become f of u. Now what is g dash of x dx? From here you can see, from here. So g dash of x dx, this is equal to, this is equal to du. This is equal to du. So this indefinite integral f of g of x dot g dash of x, it is converted into a new variable u, and we read this as follows, that indefinite integral of f of u du. So the method of this, it means substitution rule is, we have to do three different steps. First, we have to convert g of x into u. So first we have to convert g of x into u, and convert dx into du. Convert dx into du. I again repeat, g of x into u, and dx into du form. Okay, and by this formula, it means g dash of x dx, it is equal to du. G dash of x dx, it is equal to du. After that, we will evaluate that indefinite integral. We will solve or evaluate that indefinite integral. So after that, after that, we will again put the value of u. It means we will again convert the result in terms of the x. So from u to, we will put g of x. So on the place of u, we will put g of x. So this will be our solution. So this is the basically method. So if we see here, first of all, we have the following question. So here we have two functions. If we see, we have x power 3 plus x whole power 5. So here, if we compare this with the formula, so we say that g of x is equal to, here, what is g of x? So g of x is equal to x to raise power 3, x to raise power 3 plus x to raise power 3 plus x. Okay, x to raise power 3 plus x. After that, we have g of x is equal to x to raise power 3 plus x. And what is f of x? What is f of x? F of x is equal to square root of x. F of x is equal to square root of x. Okay, so if we make f of g of x, so it will be x to raise power 3 plus x whole power 5. So f of g of x, f of g of x, so this is equal to, on the place of, here if we have x, we have square root of x, so this will be equal to x to raise power, sorry, here 1 1. So f of g of x is equal to x to raise power 3 plus x. G of x is equal to x to raise power 3 plus x, plus we have 4x, this thing. And f of x, it is x power 5, because here we have f of x, it is equal to not square root, it is equal to x power 5. So after that, if we take f of g of x, so this is equal to f of g of x, it is equal to x to raise power 3 plus x whole power 5. So this is composition of. Now what is the method? We convert into a new variable, we substitute, it means g of x is equal to u. So you can see here, we set u is equal to g of x. What is g of x? X to raise power 3 plus x. So whenever we substitute this, now what is derivative of x power 3 plus 1? So if we take its derivative, so du over dx, this is equal to, what is derivative of x power 3? 3 3x square, 3x square. What is derivative of x? It is equal to 1. What is derivative of x? It is equal to 1. Now, the derivative of it is equal to du over dx, which is equal to 3x square plus 1. Now, if we shift dx on the other side, so from here we can write in this way: du, it is equal to 3x square plus 1 dx. 3x square plus 1 dx. So basically we have this thing. Now if we compare the given integral with this, now here x3 plus x, it is equal to u. X3 plus x, here, because u is equal to x power 3 plus x, u is equal to x3 plus x. So du over dx 3x. So it means from here to here, 3x square plus 1 dx, this is equal to du. This is equal to du. Now here, if we have x to raise power 3 plus x, so it means u power 5. This will become, because what is u? U is equal to x to raise power 3 plus x. So the given integral will be converted into the following. It means u power 5 indefinite integral. Now what is antiderivative of u power 5? Student, what is antiderivative of u power 5? We increase 1 in the power, divide the whole power. So u power 6 divided by 6 plus some constant. Then again, now here we evaluated this. After that, we convert u into g of x. So what is u? U is equal to x to the power 3 plus x. So whole power 6 divided by 6. So this is the answer of the question. This is the answer of the question. Okay. So I again repeat. First, we have a composition of the function. We have derivative of, we have f of g of x, and in front of it we have given the derivative of g of x dx. So our aim is convert the integral into a new variable form. It means by substituting u is equal to g of x, then g dash of x dx, it is equal to du, and convert the given integral into the following f of u. It means definite indefinite integral f of u. So then we have to evaluate, then we have to evaluate then we have to evaluate the converted integral in the form of in a variable u, and at the end uh, again substitute g of x as u is equal to g of x. This will be our solution. So we move to the next. So here if we see, we have uh, 2x plus 1 square root, and we have to find its indefinite integral. We have to find the indefinite integral of square root of 2x plus 1. We have to find the indefinite integral of 2x plus 1 square root of x. 2x plus 1 square root of x. So for this case, how can we solve this? We solve by the following way. So first of all, we suppose or let 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1, it is equal to u. 2x plus 1, it is equal to u. 2x plus 1, it is equal to u. So from here, if we take its derivative, what is derivative of 2x plus 1? Student, what is derivative of 2x plus 1? Derivative of 2x plus 1, it is equal to 2. Yes, it is equal to. So from here, what is now du? Du, it is equal to 2 dx. Yes, it is equal to 2 dx. So it is equal to 2 dx. Okay. So here we have to put the value of dx. So if we divide this by the 2, so what we will get here? We will get here du, divide both side by 2. So 1 over t du, it is equal to dx. It is equal to dx. Now what is the value of the dx? Here, what is the value of the dx? Dx is equal to 1 by 2 du. Now what is 2x plus 1? It is here. You can see 2x plus 1, it is equal to u. Now this integral, the given integral, here you can see the given integral, this integral, here 2x plus 1, it is equal to u, and dx, it is equal to 1 by 2 du. Now 1 by 2, it is a constant, it will goes outside. 1 by 2, it is a constant, it will go outside. So when it will go outside, so 1 over 2 outside the integral. So now integral of u power 1 by 2 du. Why u power 1 by 2? Because we have 2x plus 1 is equal to u, and the value of the square root, it is equal to 1 by 2. Now what is the antiderivative of u power 1 by 2? We increase 1 in the power, divide the whole power. We increase 1 in the power, divide the whole power. So u power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. Now here 1 by 2 already given. 1 by 2 already given. So here 3 by 2, 3 by 2 we write, this will becomes 2 by 3, because it is in denominator. So u power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. So it is equal to 2 by 3. Zarab u power 3 by 2, 3 by 2 plus constant. So this 2 will be cancelled with this 2. So what we get here? 1 by 3 u power 3 by 2. So what is now the value of the u? u is equal to 2x plus 1. The value of u is equal to 2x plus 1. So that we get 1 by 3, 2x plus 1 whole power 3 by 2 plus constant. So I again repeat, if we have to solve the indefinite integral by the substitution method, so we will have given a indefinite integral with a composition of the function f of g of x dot g dash of x dx. So we convert this into a new variable form. So we suppose that, or we substitute that u is equal to g of x, then we take its derivative with respect to x, then convert uh, f of g of x dot g dash of x dx into the following way, and indefinite integral f of u du. then we solve then we solve this integral with respect to the variable u, and whenever we get the answer in terms of the u, then again we convert this in terms of the x, okay. So this is the method of solving indefinite integral by substitution method. So here following is the summary, as I am asking. So following is the rule basically. So first of all, substitute u as equal to g of x. So where is g of x, we will substitute this is equal to u. After that, we will take du over dx and shift dx on the other side. So du, it is equal to g dash of x dx. It is equal to g dash of x dx. Now we obtain f of u du, indefinite integral f of u du. In this way, we obtain the indefinite integral f of u du. After that, we integrate it with respect to the u. We integrate it with respect to the u. Okay, whenever we get the solution in terms of the u, then we replace, for in the third step, we replace u by g of x. This is the method. So we have another example here. Find indefinite integral sec square 5x plus 1, sec square 5x plus 1 dot 5 dx, okay. We have here sec square, we have here sec square uh, sec square 5x plus 1 dot 5 dx, sec square 5x plus 1 dot 5 dx. So first of all we put 5x plus 1, it is equal to u. We suppose u is equal to 5x plus 1. You can see u is equal to 5x plus 1. After that, we take its derivative. So what is derivative of 5x plus 1? It is equal to 5. Then we shift dx on the other side. So this will become du equal to 5 dx. du equal to 5 dx. After that, here you can see, then this sec square 5x plus 1, because 5x plus 1 it is equal to u. So this will become sec square u, and 5 dx it is du. So the integral will become sec square u du. Now what is antiderivative of sec square u? It is tan u. Okay. Why it is tan u? Because the derivative of tan u is equal to sec square u. So antiderivative of sec square u, it is equal to tan u. Now we replace, this is the answer in terms of the u, in the variable u. Now we convert u in terms of g of x. So what is g of x? 5x plus 1. So u is equal to 5x plus 1. So the answer here, tan 5x plus 1, tan 5x plus 1 plus some constant, tan 5x plus 1 plus some constant. Okay, so so after that we have another question. Find indefinite integral cosine 7 theta plus 3 d theta. So find indefinite integral cosine 7 theta plus 3 d theta. So we substitute u is equal to 7 theta. We substitute u is equal to 7 theta plus 3. U is equal to 7 theta plus 3. So if we take its derivative with respect to theta, if we take its derivative, so du over d theta, du over d theta. What is derivative of 7 theta plus 3? Yes, student. What is derivative of 7 theta plus 3? It is equal to 7. It is equal to 7. Yes. So whenever we shift d theta on the other side, so this will become here. You can see. So du it is equal to 7 d theta. Now we need just 7 theta. We need just d theta. We do not need 7. So that is why we divide both side by 7. So this will becomes 1 by 7. 1 by 7 du. 1 by 7 du, it is equal to d theta. Now here, from here, what is d theta? D theta is equal to 1 by 7 du. D theta, it is equal to 1 by 7 du. D theta is equal to 1 by 7 du. So d theta, it is equal to 1 by 7 du. Now what is u? U is also given. Here, u is equal to 7 theta plus 3. So where is 7 theta plus 3? We put u. So this integral will become cosine, cosine u, cosine u. What is d theta? D theta is equal to 1 over 7 du. What is d theta? 1 over 7 du. 1 over 1 over 7 du. 1 over 7 du. Okay. So what we get here? We get here 1 over 7, it is a constant. 1 over 7, it is a constant. Okay. So 1 over 7, it is a constant. It goes outside. What is antiderivative of cosine theta? It is equal to, sorry, cosine. What is antiderivative of cosine u? It is equal to sine u. What is antiderivative of cosine u? It is equal to sine u. Sine u, yes. So after that, what is the value of the u? 7 theta plus 3. So that is why we put here the value of u. It is 1 by 7 sine 7 theta plus 3 plus some constant. 1 by 7 sine 7 theta plus 3 plus some constant. So this is basically the answer of the given question. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask between. Also, if we have, suppose we have here this type, if we have x square cosine x power 3 dx, x square cosine x power 3 dx, it means here what is antiderivative, what is derivative of x power 3? 3x square dx. So but x square is shifted in the start. It is x square is on the start, so that first of all we rearrange the given function. First of all we rearrange the given function. So this will becomes cosine x power 3 dot x square dx, dot x square dx. After that we substitute that u is equal to x to raise power 3. U is equal to x to raise power 3. U is equal to x to raise power 3. Then what is derivative of u? It is equal to 3x square. Then whenever we shift dx on this side, So this will become u is equal to x to the power 3, do u du is equal to 3x square dx. But we need x square dx, so that we divide both side by 3. Whenever we divide both side by 3, so we get here 1 by 3 du x square dx. So on the place of x square dx, we put 1 by 3 du. On the place of x power 3, we put u, such that now 1 over 3 is a constant. 1 over 3 is a constant. It will go outside. We will just take the uh, we will just take the indefinite integral of cosine u. Now what is antiderivative of cosine u? It is equal to sine u. But here what is u? U is equal to x to the power 3. So that 1 over 1 by 3 sine x to the power 3 plus constant 1 over 3 sine x to the power 3 plus constant 1 over 3 1 over 3 sine x to the power 3 plus constant. So I asked you before, whenever we have to solve the indefinite integral, we must have to add some constant. We must have to add some constant. Okay, whenever we have to take whenever we have to solve any indefinite integral, we must have to add some constant. We must have to add some constant. Okay, so here in the next question we have, here this question is little bit different from the previous, but here we will use also the substitution method. Why it is different from the previous? Because now if we suppose, what is g of x for this case? 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. Okay, 2x plus 1. Now also we have given here x. So we substitute u is equal to 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. Now here if we take its derivative, it will becomes 2. So from here we can get the value of 2x plus 1 because it is u, and the value of dx. But here we also have x. So then we have to find, because these two we can find easily, because u is equal to 2x plus 1 and dx is equal to 1 by 1 by 2 du. Okay, so here, but we have here x also involved, so that we shift this one on this side, on the left side. Whenever we shift this one on this side, so we get here u minus 1 equal to 2. U minus 1 is equal to 2x. So but we have here x, so we divide both side by 2. So whenever we divide both side by 2, so u minus 1 divided by 2 and 2x divided by 2. So this 2 will be cancelled with this 2. Okay, so what we will get here? We will get here u minus 1 divided by 2, divided by 2, equal to x. So u minus 1. Now we have the value, we obtain the value of x. We obtain, we suppose the value of 2x plus 1, which is equal to u. Now what is one thing is remaining? What is one thing? It is equal to dx. Now if we take the derivative of u with respect to x, so from here, from the top, du over dx, it is equal to 2. So whenever we shift on 2 on this side, so 2 dx, 2 dx. So now we divide 2 both sides. So 1 over 2, 1 over 2 du. It is equal to sine x. It is equal to sine x. Now here the value of the dx also given. We find out the value of the dx. We have x, we have u. we have the value of 2x plus 1. Yes, now you tell me, the student should tell me what should we put here. The value of x is given, the value of 2x plus 1 is given, the value of dx is given. Yes, we have this integral. So after that, what should we put? What is the value of the x? Here, it is given. What is the value of the x? Student, are you here? Yes, then what is the value of the x? What is the value? We find out now here the value of the x. What we find the value of the x? It is equal to u minus 1 divided by 2. U minus 1 divided by 2. So we put here this is equal to u minus 1 divided by 2. U minus 1 divided by 2. Also, we have now what is 2x plus 1 here? What is 2x plus 1? Yes, 2x plus 1 is equal to what? Uh, yes, right, right al Mazel. What is 2x plus 1? 2x plus 1 is equal to u. 2x plus 1 is equal to u. So this will be dot. Here we have dot. So we have after that means cross. So u power 1 over 2. U power not 2. U power because we have square root. So square root it is equal to u. So that u power 1 over 2. Now what is dx? Here. Here what is dx? Yes, Sultan. What is dx? I have find out. I have written here on the screen. You can see. What is dx? Dx is equal to 1 by 2 du. What is dx? Dx is equal to 1 by 2 du. So whenever we put here 1 by 2 du, so this 1 by 2 and u minus here du. So this 2 and this 2, it will goes outside. So we will get here 1 by 4. This is equal to 1 by 4. Here we have u power 3 by 2. This because u power 1 by 2 minus u power 1 by 2 is of u. So we increase one one will be increased in the power. So u power 3 1 plus 1 by 2 3 by 2. So u power 1 zara u power 1 by 2. So it is equal to u power 1 over 2. So here we have du. Now what is the antiderivative of u power 3 by 2? Yes, student, what is the antiderivative of u power 3 by 2? Here. Where I am writing, right? Writing. Here, u power 3 by 2. Otherwise, here, listen. U power, now here, u power 3 by 2. This one. See, where I am writing. Okay, I again write. What is here? U power 3 by 2. What is antiderivative of u power 3 by 2? It is u power 5 by 2 divided by 5 by 2. We increase 1 in the power, divide the whole power. Can you see the screen? Can you see the slides? Abdul Aziz. Yes, u power 5. Also write u power 5 divided by, yes. divided by 5 5 over 2. So which is given in the which is given 5 by 2. So whenever it will becomes 2 by 5. So here this will become, yes, u power 5 by 2 divided by 5 by 2. So it will becomes 2 by 5. Okay, it will becomes 2 by 5 u power. Okay, so after that, what is now antiderivative of u power 1 by 2? Yes, right. And the remaining, what is antiderivative of u power 1 by 2? What is antiderivative of u power 1 by 2? Here it is given u power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. We increase 1 in the power, yes, u power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. And what is given in the, yes, 2 by 3. So this 3 by 2 which is given in the denominator, it will becomes 2 by 3. So that we have here 2 by 3 u power 3 by 2, u power 3 by 2. Now what is the value of the u here? What we substitute? U is equal to 2x plus 1. U is equal to 2x plus 1. Yes, u is equal to 2x plus, not minus, it is 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. Okay. So at the, yes, not minus, not minus, yes, 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 I understand. So here, whereas now u we replace with, uh, because u is equal to 2x plus 1, so on the place of u we replace 2x plus 1. So we get this 1 by 4 zarab 2 by 5. Now here listen, 1 by 4 zarab 2 by 5. So this 2 divided 4, we get here 2. So 1 divided by 2 zero 5, it is equal to 10. 1 divided by 10. So you can see here it is equal to 1 divided by 10. It is equal to 1 divided by 10. So on the place of u, we just put 2x plus 1. And also, and also here 1 by 4 zarab, we have 1 by 4 zarab 2 by 3. 2 by 3. So this 2 divide this 4, we get 2. We get 2. So we obtain here 1 by 6. So here you can see we have here 1 by 6, because this is the product of 1 by 4 and 2 by 3. This is the product of 1 by 4 and 2 by 3. Okay, so plus some constant. So I asked you before, for the indefinite integral we must have to add, we must have to add some constant, we must have to add constant. In the next, if we have, in the next, if we have a sine square, if we have sine square x, indefinite integral sine square x, if we have indefinite integral sine square x dx, sine square x dx. So for this case, we put here, we put sine square x, it is equal to 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2. 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2. Okay, this is a half angle formula. I put, you must have to memorize this. So if we have sine square x, okay, so here we have 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2. 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2. Okay, so 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2. But if we have here cosine square x, here if we have cosine square x, sine square x, it is equal to 1 minus cosine 2x. If we have cosine square x, 1 plus cosine 2x, cosine 2x divided by 2. So what is the difference between these two? What is the difference? Yes, what is the difference between sine square x and cosine square x? On the one place, for the sine we have 1 minus cosine 2x, and for the cosine it is 1 plus cosine 2x. Okay, so here one thing, here on the left, if the angle is, here we have x, but on the right we have here 2x. So here on the left if we have 2x, so on the right it will becomes 4x. It means if we have sine square 2x, it will be equal to 1 minus cosine 4x divided by 2. You got my point? I again repeat, here on the left, can you see the screen? Can you see the formula, students? Yes, here we have sine square x. So if we put sine square 2x, what will be the changing? This will be equal to 1 minus cosine 4x divided by 2. 1 minus cosine 4x, it means if on the left we have 1x, on the right the angle will becomes double. If we have here 3x, suppose on the left side we have sine square 3x, what will be the double of 3? It will become 6. So 1 minus cosine 6x divided by 2. 1 minus cosine 6x divided by 2. Here also for the cosine, if we have cosine square 2x, so it will be equal to 1 plus cosine 4x divided by 2. 1 plus cosine 4x divided by 2. Okay, so angle will becomes double. Angle will become double. Angle will be double of this. So here if we have sine square x in the definite integral, you can see the example 7. So here we put this formula 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2, and 1 by 2, it is a constant, it goes outside. So now what is antiderivative of 1? Yes, what is antiderivative of 1? Yes, student. What is antiderivative of? It is equal to antiderivative of 1. It is equal to x. It is equal to x. 1 by 2, it is a constant. It is a constant. It is a here. It is same. What is antiderivative of 1? It is here. You can see it is x. Here you can see it is equal to x. Now here antiderivative of 1, it is equal to x. 1 by 2, this is same because it is product. What is antiderivative of cosine 2x? Sine 2x divided by 2. Yes, sine 2x divided by 2. Now here this 1 by 2, zara 1 by 2, it is equal to 4. So that is why x divided by 2 minus sine 2x divided by 4 plus some constant. So if we have sine square x, similarly if we have cosine square x, if we have cosine square, we use the other formula. What is this? It is called half angle formula. Previous is also called half angle formula. Previous, it means sine square. Doctor, we forget. Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. I start now. Okay, so if we use here sine square x in the indefinite integral, we use the half angle formula. We use the half angle formula. So what is half angle formula? I have written here sine square x. Here I write again. So sine square x, it is equal to, it is equal to 1 minus, it is equal to 1 minus cosine 2x, 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2, divided by 2. Also here if we have cosine square x, cosine square x, so we can write 1 plus cosine 2x divided by 2, 1 plus cosine 2x. Now here, what is the difference between these two formula? In sine square x we have 1 minus, but in cosine square x it is 1 plus. So there is difference of plus and minus. Also if we see, on the left side we have square, but the angle is just 1x. But on the right we do not have square and we have here 2x. So if we have sine square 2x, so this will becomes 1 minus cosine 4x divided by 2. And also for the cosine, if we have cosine square 2x, so this will becomes 1 plus cosine 4x divided by 2. So the right angle here, the it means the uh, the angle of the terms given in the right, these are the double than these have the double angle to the terms given at the left. So here if you can see here, if we have a 3x, it means sine square 3x, so we will have 1 minus cosine 6x divided by 2. If we have a sine square 4x, it is equal to 1 minus cosine 8x divided by 2. And similarly for the cosine. Now in the previous we have discussed, if we have sine square x, we put this formula. It means 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2, and 1 by 2 it is a constant, it goes outside. We just take the antiderivative integral of 1 minus cosine 2x. Now antiderivative of 1, it is equal to x, so that we have 1 by 2x minus 1 by 2. What is the antiderivative of cosine 2x? It is equal to sine 2x divided by 2. So we have x divided by 2 minus sine 2x divided by 4 plus some constant, okay. Now if we have cosine square x, if we have cosine square, you can see we use this half angle formula. So cosine square x, it is equal to 1 plus cosine 2x divided by 2, 1 plus cosine 2x divided by 2. Now 1 over 2, it is a constant, it goes outside. So what is antiderivative of 1? It is equal to x. So we are getting here x by 2 plus 1 over 2, it is outside. What is antiderivative of cosine 2x? It is equal to sine 2x divided by 2. So this 2 and 1 over 2, which was outside the integral. Yes, sine 2x divided by 2 also. Sultan Muhammad, divided by 2. Okay. Yes, divided by 2. So 1 over 2, which was outside the integral, and this 1 over 2, whenever it will product, we will get here 1 by 4. So we are getting sine 2x divided by 4 plus constant. Now here if we have, it means in these two, in the last two questions, we are substituting sine square x, it is equal to 1 minus cosine 2x divided by 2, And if we have cosine square x, we are putting 1 minus cosine 2x, 1 plus cosine 2x divided by 2. Now if we have 1 minus 2 sine square x, we use the uh, we use here trigonometric identities. We use here trigonometric identities. Now 1 minus 2 sine square x, it is equal to, it is equal to, we use, if we use here the identity 1 minus 2 sine square x, it is equal to cosine square x minus sine square x. Cosine square x minus sine square x. Cosine square x minus sine square x. Now cosine square x minus sine square x, it is equal to cos 2x. It is equal to cos 2x. Already we have given zarab sine 2x. So this will become cos 2x zarab sine 2x. Now we have the following trigonometric identity, that if we have 2, if we have 2 sine 2x, if we have our sine 2x cosine 2x, cos sine 2x cosine 2x, this is equal to sine 4x, sine 4. And also if we have 2 sine x cosine x, this is equal to sine 2x. I again repeat, if we have 2 sine x cosine zarab cosine x, this is equal to sine 2x. But if we have 2 sine 2x cosine 2x, we get here sine 4x. We get here sine 4x. Okay, so we get here sine 4x. So here now we use the substitution method, the new substitution. It means convert, we put u is equal to 4x, u is equal to 4x. So what is now what is derivative of 4x? It is equal to 4. Here it is given x, so cancel this. This is a type of mistake in the book. So du it is equal to du over dx, it is equal to 4. Whenever we shift dx on, yes, it is equal to 4. It is here, it is given x, so it is a type of mistake. So t du it is equal to 4 4 d dx. So but we have here dx, simple dx. So we divide both side by 4. So whenever we divide both side by 4, so this will becomes 1 over 4. This will becomes cancel, because 4 divided by 4 1. So 1 over 4, and this 1 over 2, which is given which is given outside the integral. So 1 over 2 cross 1 over 4, 1 over 8. This is a constant, it goes outside. So 1 over 8 outside. What is antiderivative of? What is antiderivative of sine u? It is equal to minus cosine. Minus cosine u. It is equal to the antiderivative of sine u. It is equal to minus cosine u. So here in the book 1 over 8 is missing. Here in the book you can see the answer must be minus 1 over 8 cosine u. What is now u? U is equal to 4x plus constant. This can be the answer. This can be our answer. Okay. I again repeat. So here we have 1 minus 2 sine square x. So we use the identities. We use the identities. So 1 minus sine square x, it is equal to cosine square x, cosine square x minus sine square x, cosine square x minus sine square x. And we also know that cosine square x minus sine square x, it is equal to cos 2x, cosine 2x. Now if we have cosine 2x sine 2x, if we have cosine 2x sine 2x, if we zara with 2, so this will be equal to sine 4x. It is equal to, so we divide 2 on the other side. So we have cosine 2x sine 2x, it is equal to 1 by 2. sine 4x, 1 by 2 sine 1 by 2 sine 4x. Now we use the substitution method. We substitute u is equal to 4x, u is equal to 4x. Okay, so whenever we take its derivative, what is derivative of 4x? It is equal to 4. So we get here du over dx, it is equal to 4. We shift dx on the other side by cross multiplication. So du is equal to 4 dx. After that we divide both side by 4, both side by 4. So 1 over 4, 1 over 4 du equal to dx. 1 over 4, 1 over 4 du is equal to dx. 1 over 4 du is equal to dx. Okay, so what is now antiderivative of sine u? It is equal to minus cosine u. So minus 1 over 8 is outside. So minus 1 over 8 minus 1 over 8 cosine u. What is u? U is equal to 4x plus some constant. So these example and these questions are included in our syllabus. Now we move to the exercise. So here we have question number 4. We have this question. So here the substitution is given. You do not have to think about the substitution. Substitution is given here. You can see u is equal to x to the power 4 plus 1. So if we put here, what we get? We get in the denominator we have x power 4 plus 1. So there we put u. So indefinite integral 1 divided by u square. Now we have problem with 4 x power 3, 4x power 3 and with the dx. Now if we take, yes, 1 divided by, here we have given u is equal to x power 4, x power 4 plus 1, x power 4 plus 1, x power 4 plus 1. So if we take its derivative, so du over dx, what is du over dx? It is equal to 4x power 3, 4x power 3. So if we shift and du, it is equal to, if we shift dx on the other side by the cross multiplication, so 4x power 3 dx, 4x power 3 dx. Now you can see what is on the bust, what is at the numerator, what is the numerator for this question number 4, what is at bust? Yes, it is answer, but how can we get, Sultan? Wait. So what is, you just gave me? No, it is 4x power 3. It is 4x power 3. You can see what is the bust of question number 4. What is numerator? Yes, what is numerator, Sultan? Right here, right here. What is the numerator? 4x power 3 and here also dx. 4x power 3 dx. Okay. So 4x power 3. Now from here we can see 4x power 3 dx. This is equal to du. This is equal to du. Yes, 4x power 3 dx. Now what is in denominator? It is equal to x power 4 plus 1 square. So now x power 4 plus 1, you can see x power 4 plus 1, this is equal to u. This is equal to u. Now this integral will become the following. Here 1 over u square 1 over u square du, 1 over du, 1 over u square du, 1 over u square du. So whenever here we have in denominator we have u square, whenever we shift to the numerator from maqam to bast, here we have u square u power 2. Whenever we shift u square from maqam to bast, what it will become? Yes, u power minus 2. Yes, u power minus 2. Now what is the antiderivative of u power minus 2? We add 1 in the power, divide the whole power. So minus 2 plus 1, how much? So u power minus 2 plus 1, minus 1. Yes. So u power minus 1 divided by, yes, here Sultan. Yes, it is Sultan, you are correct. Minus 1 over u plus some constant. Minus 1 over u plus some constant. Now what is u? Yes, u power minus 1 divided by minus 1. So Raid al Mezal, whenever it is u power minus 1, whenever we shift it from bus to maqam, this will become u power plus 1. Here now we have u power minus 1. Okay. So whenever from, yes, minus 1 over u, minus 1 over u plus some constant, minus 1 over u plus constant. Now what is u? U, here you can see u is equal to, now Sultan, wait. What is u? My question is just this. Sultan, what is u? X power 4 plus 1. X power 4 plus 1. So whereas u, we just put this value x power 4 plus 1, so that we have minus 1 over x power 4 plus 1 plus constant. After that we have question number 5 here. Now here u is given. What is u? Student, what is u for this question? Yes, question number 5. What is given? Substitution is given here. It is equal to 3x square plus 4x. Now what is the derivative of this? What is derivative of 3x square plus 4x? What is ishtiqaq? Yes. What is ishtiqaq of 6x plus 4? Yes, Sultan, you are correct. 6x. So if we take 2 as a mushtarak, what will be remaining? So it means du over dx is equal to 6x plus 4. This we are getting. It means du over dx. This is du over dx. Okay. It is equal to 6x plus 4. If we take 2 as a common, so du, so what first? Du divided by dx equal to, whenever we take 2 as a mushtarak, 2 as a common, so 3x plus 2. 3x plus 2. The following. Now we shift dx on other side. So this will become du equal to, because cross product, it is a cross product, 2 and 2. 3x plus 2 and 2 dx. So we get the following. Du is equal to 2. Now if we see what is this, 3x plus 2, here in the start it is given. We have to write in the at the end. So with the dx here. So 3x plus 2 dx. but we have here 2 3x plus 2 dx. So we divide both side by 2. So we get 1 divided by 2, 1 divided by 2 du equal here 3x plus 2 dx. Okay, so we get the following: 1 divided by 2 du is equal to 3x plus 2 dx. Now 3x, now 3, here you can see, now 3x square plus 4x, it is equal to u. So what will be the integral? What will be the integral? Now this will be equal to, here I write on the top, here the indefinite integral u power 1 by 5, u, sorry, u power 5, because it is, you can check what is the u power 4, sorry, not 5, u power 4, because, so this is equal to u power 4, u power 4. Zarab, we have here 1 by 2, 1 by 2, it is the outside, so 1 by 2 du, so 1 by 2 du. Now 1 by 2 it is a constant, it goes outside, it goes outside. So what is now antiderivative of u power 4? Yes, student, what is antiderivative of u power 4? Yes, Sultan, wait, this is the final answer, wait. But how we get this? Okay, how we get this? Wait. So what is now u power? Yes, but I am asking you easy question. This is tough. I am what is antiderivative of u power 4? What is antiderivative of u power 4? U power 5, here on the screen on the top. U power 5 divided by 5. U power, you can see I have written on the top. U power 5 divided by 5. U power 5 divided by 5. Okay. So I write here it is equal to 1 by 2 on the top of 5.5. So u power 5 divided by 5, divided by 5. Okay. So so from here plus some constant, plus some constant. Here, Sultan, how you are writing? What is now u? U is equal to 3x square. Yes, this is equal to 1 by 10, 1 by 10. Okay. What is now u? U is equal to 3x square, 3x square plus 4x, 3x square plus 4x power 5, power 5, power 5. Yes. So if we more simplify, we more simplify, how can we simplify this? We can take here 3x square plus 4x power 4, and we can write in the zarab of 3x square plus x as he is writing, I think. Okay, like that way. Okay, you got my point. So we can solve by this method. Yes. So after that we have question number Just I check which question. Question number 7. If we have question number 7, yes, it is very very easy. Question number 7. So here, what is the substitution in question number 7? What is u? Yes, u is equal to 3x. So what will be the integral now? This will become sine u. What is now dx? What is dx? If we take the derivative of, yes, if you solve in the pointer, okay, I solve in the pointer, okay, top. So here we have this integral sine, okay, 3x, okay, 3x dx. Okay, Bandar, Sultan, can you see this? Yes, sine 3x. So what is now substitution? U is equal to 3x. So it means if I put this value here 3x, so this will become sine u. But we have here dx. So we need the value of the dx. For this reason, we have to take the derivative of u with respect to x. So du over dx, it is equal to 3. It is equal to 3. Okay, after that, we by using cross multiplication. So du is equal to 3 dx, 3 dx. So but we need just dx. So we divide both side by 3. So dx is equal to 1 by 3 du. Here 1 by 3, 1 by 3 du. This is du. Okay, 1 by 3 du. Okay, so that is why this will be equal to sine u, sine u, sine u dot 1 by 3, 1 by 3 du. Now here 1 by 3, it is a constant. 1 by 3, it is a constant. It will go outside. So 1 by 3 sine u, sine u du. Okay, so we have here. So what is antiderivative of sine u? Minus cosine, minus cosine. Antiderivative minus cosine. So we have here minus 1 by 3 cosine u plus some constant. Now what is u? What is u? Yes, plus constant. What is u? It is equal to 3x. Yes. So that is why minus 1 over 3 cosine 3x. Yes. So this is the answer. Minus 1 over 3. Yes. So sine 3x dx minus 1 over 3 cosine 3x plus some cos. Yes. And also here outside we have indefinite integral also. Okay. It is in by substitution method. By the substitution method. Okay. So this is our today class. So now for 2 or 3 minutes we will have the question and answer section. So if you have any question, please ask the question. Okay. So this is the third week. In the fifth week, we will have a quiz inshallah. In the third week, this is the third week. In the fifth week, we will have a quiz. We will have a quiz of 5 marks. So in the fifth week, we will have a quiz. Yes, yes, Ahmad Salim. After 2 weeks. Yes, after how many chapter on the quiz? It will be any day in blackboard about what? Yes. How many chapter first? So how many? It will be I think 5.1, sorry 5.3 and 5.4 usually. I prefer. Otherwise in the next class I shall confirm you. I shall confirm you. Okay. So in the next class I shall confirm you. Yes, Ahmad Salim. In the next class, here Abdul Aziz, wait. In the next class I shall decide the syllabus, that what should be the syllabus. Okay, so don't worry about it. After 2 weeks now, yes, almost not in the next Wednesday, after the next Wednesday. It means next Wednesday, no, after the next, so almost 2 weeks. Okay. Yes, Sultan Muhammad Abdul Manam Al Salmi. Yes, it will be on the blackboard, but the exam will be in the university. Exam will be in the university. The quiz will be on the here on the board. Okay, and it will be MCQs. It will be MCQs. Yes, after 2 weeks from now. Okay. Okay, you should prepare yourself for the exam as well as for the quiz. Thank you. So, if you have any question, you can ask, please. How many question? I think there will be 5 question. It will be 1 hour and 1 hour 30 minutes like this. Okay. So I shall give you enough time to solve. Okay. How many question? 5 question. I think 5 questions. Okay. Okay. If you have any question, please ask. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So inshallah, see you in the next class. Thank you so much.